This is Land of Havilah, Psalm 108. It's 13 verses. If you've been following with us through the Psalms, this one sounds familiar because the opening 5 verses of it are almost identical to a section of Psalm 57, and the rest of it are almost identical to a section of Psalm 60. The first part is 3 things. It's an expression of David's steadfast commitment to God, then praise of God and unrestrained enthusiasm about Him. Then getting down to the business at hand, David asks for God to deliver Israel from foreign domination. David calls Israel God's beloved. Verse 1. A psalm by David. My heart is steadfast, God. I'll sing and I'll make music with my soul. Wake up, harp and lyre. I'll wake up the dawn. I'll give thanks to you, Yahweh, among the nations. I'll sing praises to you among the peoples. For your loving kindness is great above the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. Be exalted, God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth, that your beloved may be delivered. Save with your right hand and answer us. Comment: David praised God specifically for his loving kindness and faithfulness in verse 4. This is why David's confident God won't be absentee. That wouldn't be like him. God will intervene. His loving kindness is great above the heavens. His faithfulness reaches to the skies. Those qualities or attributes of God are boundless. The next 3 verses are God's answer. Verse 7. God has spoken from his sanctuary. In triumph I will divide Shechem and measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim also is my helmet, Judah is my scepter, Moab is my washpot. I'll toss my sandal on Edom. I'll shout over Philistia. Comment: that was God expressing his possessiveness of different parts of Israel and that he'll dominate the neighboring nations, Moab to the east, Edom to the south, and Philistia to the west. This came to pass in David's time. He completely dominated those nations and all the other nations in every direction. 2 Samuel 8, 1-14. Coming up in the last 4 verses, David points out the current status of Israel's military affairs, which is dismal, but he expresses faith in what God just said. Verse 10. Who will bring me into the fortified city? Who has led me to Edom? Haven't you rejected us, God? You don't go out, God, with our armies. Give us help against the enemy, for the help of man is vain. Through God we will do valiantly, for it's he who will tread down our enemies. Comment: indeed, it came to pass in 2 Samuel 8 that God did just that. In summary of it, quote, Yahweh gave to David victory wherever he went, 2 Samuel 8:14. David gave credit to God beforehand that men couldn't help him, his troops couldn't help him in the end. It would only be God that could help them. And the statement of faith in verse 13 of the psalm that David's troops would do valiantly came to pass as well. There's a record of some of their miraculous exploits in 2 Samuel 23, 8-39. The message of this psalm extrapolates to anyone with faith in God that if God be for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. In addition, the massive turn of events for Israel in David's lifetime is instruction for us that the current king, Jesus, can give us a massive turn of events. But we need to go out and do exploits in faith. Psalm 109 is next.